Okay, today we're talking about riding a motorcycle for the first time. Now, the best place to learn how to ride a motorcycle is on a closed course with a professional instructor. But if you do decide to go out and learn on your own, there's some things that you really need to know. First off is the equipment. You really need to have on the proper riding equipment, and that includes gloves, helmet, long sleeve jacket, long sleeve pants, work boots. All these things are very important to protect yourself if you do fall down and go against the ground, the pavement. You'll be glad you had them on. Alright, so let's look at some of the basic controls on the motorcycle. Now here you've got just a basic 250cc motorcycle, chain driven. You've got disc up front, you've got a drum on the rear. But this is a good bike to learn on. It's got all the basic components, very easy to follow. So let's sit on this bike, kind of familiarize ourselves with some of the equipment. Okay, you've got first, and you look up here on the left, you've got obviously the left mirror, you've got the clutch on the left, you've got some indicators, you have high beam, low beam, signal, left, right, horn. Moving across, you've got your front instrument panel, and this happens to have just a speedometer, but sometimes you have an odometer in there on the bottom, and a tachometer and some other instruments. You've got your high beam here, you've got your signal, neutral light. The newer bikes have digital panels and there's a lot more information, but those are some of the basics. Coming across on the right of the bike, this is your master cylinder for your front disc brake. Got your engine on-off switch, your starter, this is your accelerator, twist it to increase the RPM, and then you've got your front brake, and there's your mirror, gas cap up front. Looking over on the left of the bike, you've got your fuel petcock for your fuel on-off, and down the bottom is your shift lever down to go down a gear, up to go up second, third, fourth, fifth, and maybe even sixth sometimes. Foot peg, kickstand. Over on this side here, you have your foot peg and rear brake. Alright, so those are some of the very basic controls that you're going to need to be familiar with on the motorcycle. Alright, so let's put our kickstand up. We did that. Let's turn the ignition on, put the run on. Let's make sure the bike is in neutral. Okay. Look for that green light indicator. Alright, now we're in a parking lot here. It's an active parking lot, so there are other cars around, so we got to be really careful. If you're going to do this, again, we strongly recommend you do it on a closed course for your first time with an instructor. But if you do come out into a public area, you know, you're really going to be responsible for that bike, and you really need to have a licensed bike with insurance and registration, so you'll be responsible for that. And if you're using a public area, you want to make sure you have the okay to use that parking lot. But here we are. We've got a pretty quiet parking lot, and we're just going to do some basics here on riding a motorcycle. So let's start our bike up and make sure again that the fuel petcock is on, down for the on position. Alright, we're in neutral, we have the green light on, we can roll the bike back and forth to make sure that's in neutral, and we start up the bike. Here we go. Turn the accelerator a little bit. You have to get a feeling for the acceleration on the bike. Alright, if you had a tach, you'd see the RPMs go up. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull in your clutch on the left side of the bike. Okay, alright, now we'll disengage the motor and the drivetrain. So you push down, you hear a click, and you know you're in first gear. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to give it a little acceleration, and we're going to let the clutch out slowly. It's kind of called the friction zone, and you'll feel the bike go forward, and you're going to want to get your feet up after it gets moving. One of the ways to do it first is to walk the bike. Okay, this is what they teach you a lot in some of the classes, and that's really just to kind of step, step, step until the bike gets moving. That helps you with your balance. Alright, so I'm going to do that and take off. I'm looking in my parking lot, I'm doing some scanning, looking around my environment, left, center, right. I don't see anybody around, so go a little bit of gas. Okay, let the clutch out, start walking the bike. Okay, I get moving, put my feet up on the pegs. There I go. Now let's stop, pull the clutch in, let off on the accelerator, put my left foot down, right foot down, stop the bike. Alright, now I can use the brakes too on that. We'll go over that on the next try here. Alright, so let's try it again. Alright, make sure we're down in first gear, checking our parking lot, no one's around. A little bit of acceleration. Let the clutch out, as you can see, slowly. Walk the bike. Okay, feet up on the pegs. Okay, now we're going to pull the clutch in. Apply the front and rear brake. Stop the bike. Put our feet down left and right. Okay, you want to keep practicing that till you're really comfortable with the accelerator and how the clutch, engages and disengages. Again, it's called that friction zone. But stall it out like that. Don't worry about it. Pull your clutch in. Go up to neutral. Look for the green light. And start your bike back up again. Alright, now I'm going to turn around here. Very important because I'm in an active parking lot, so I'm going to have to hook over my shoulder. Turn around. And go back down here to where I started before. Looking around, always scanning. Looking for pedestrians, vehicles, dogs, anything that could get in my way and cause an accident. Again, I'm on an active parking lot, so this is a road. You need to be on a licensed, registered motorcycle. With insurance, of course. Alright, so we're going to come up to one of these lines here. Now this time we're going to go into second gear, okay? So let's put it in neutral. Alright, again, looking around the parking lot, nobody's around. A little bit of gas. Pull the clutch in, go to first, steady on the gas. And this time we're going to go into second gear. Now let the clutch out slowly. Feel the bike move. Right foot, left foot up on the peg. Pull the clutch in, let off on the accelerator, up one gear, accelerator, let the clutch out. That's second gear. Now the downshift, okay, pull the clutch in, let off on the accelerator, press down, use your front and rear brake, and put your feet down. And there you go. So again, you're going to want to keep working this, alright? Let's try it on the way back, okay? So here we are here. We're stopped. First gear. Push down, check our mirrors, look around, nobody's around. A little bit of acceleration, let the clutch out slowly, feet up, pull the clutch in, let off on the accelerator, up to second gear, give it a little gas, let the clutch out, okay. Now we come to the end, push down, first gear, clutch in, front and rear brake, feet down. Okay, those are your basics for riding a motorcycle. Practice them, get comfortable with it before you head out on the street.